cigar boxing. Like I always say, at the end of the day, all we are fans. This is my prediction on Lomachenko versus Lopez, October 17th at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas on ESPN, not pay-per-view. That is the first thing I have to say. This fight is not pay-per-view. This is a pay-per-view worthy fight. You got the best fighters in the division fighting for supremacy to see who's the best. Let me say first that they are trying to market this fight like this is an undisputed championship fight. It is close, but please remember that Devin Haney is the WBC champion in the lightweight division. So this is not truly undisputed, but it's a giant step towards undisputed. Also, let me remind you, it's been a long time since we've had an undisputed champion in the lightweight division. The last undisputed champion was Sweet Pea Whitaker back in the day, 1992. That's how long it's been since we had an undisputed champion. So I'm excited about us taking a step closer. Let me say that the ruling has changed in boxing. Since 2007, you have to have all 4 belts to be declared an undisputed champion in any weight division in boxing. With that out the way, let's get to the statistics. Let's talk about the fighters, and let's talk about my prediction. First off, let's talk about the champ, the IBF champ, newly crowned, coming off a win against Richard Comey, Teofimo L. Brooklyn Lopez, or Teofimo the Brooklyn Lopez. Stat sheet is in. The stat sheet is, remember that he is 5'8". He has a reach of 68.5 inches, which is long for a lightweight. He fights in an orthodox stance. His record is 15 wins, 0 losses, 0 draws, and 12 wins by knockout. Lopez is a knockout artist so far. He has an energetic style, a crowd-pleasing style. From what I see, he is more of a puncher than a boxer, and he throws a lot of punches. He is exciting. So in the description box, I'm going to leave a few fights so you can see what Teofimo's style is like. Next up, let's talk about the guy with 2 titles. 2 titles. Considered one of the best fighters pound for pound in the world. We're talking about Vasily the Matrix Lomachenko. He is the WBA and WBO lightweight champion of the world. He is 32 years old, has a reach of 65.5 inches. He is a southpaw fighter, okay? His record is 14 wins, 1 loss, 0 draws, 10 wins coming by knockout. Let me say, Lomachenko is a little bit different in the fact that he is a boxer, boxer puncher. He can slug when he has to, but he is an anomaly with everything he's doing, being defensively minded. He is the better counterpuncher out of the 2. He has the better fights he's been in against better opposition out of the 2. There's a lot to be said there. Some of us are counting Lomachenko out because he is older than Teofimo. I don't know, but coming off his last fight against Luke Campbell, he had a little bit of trouble, but not much. But I'm going to point out some things. All right, now to the prediction. I'm going to wrap this up. I'm not going to keep this too long. When you're looking at both fighters, you got to look at the resumes. You got to look at the fighters and who they fought. Let me say this. It's not many southpaws that Teofimo Lopez has fought. He fought Diego Magdaleno, I'm sorry if I mispronounced his name. But I rewatched that fight, and the fight was okay. There's some things that I think Teofimo has become a better fighter since that fight. But Teofimo beat his tail and got him out of there. But looking at this fight, the 2 things that I look at the most and what is the most glaring between the 2 fighters is, first, let's talk about Teofimo. Teofimo is a very big lightweight. Okay? So, but he has power. The question is, does he have more power than Linares? What can he do? I will tell you that a check hook, if Lomachenko is asleep, can knock Lomachenko down. It will not stop him, though. To stop Lomachenko, I believe you have to throw punches and bunches. You have to get him out of there with a combo and multiple knockdowns. It's not going to be one punch knockdown, simply because I feel that his amateur career, you still got to remember that he's a gold medalist as well. He's been in there with very experienced fighters, so to get him out of there is going to take more than one punch, in my opinion. Secondly, is the movement of Lomachenko. Now, I can say that Lomachenko has been in the ring with fighters that are close to resembling Lopez, but I cannot say the same for Teofimo Lopez. He has not been in the ring with anyone even close to Lomachenko. That needs to be said right off the bat. You should look at the resumes of both fighters, and where you definitely got to say that Lomachenko's is more impressive, even though I think that both fighters haven't been in the ring for a long time. So I see this fight going the distance, because it's going to take a little bit for these fighters to get the rust off from not fighting as long, okay? I think it's going to be harder for Teofimo to adjust as well, because if you look at all the opponents that Teofimo has fought lately, they've all just stood in front of him. And that's not going to be the case in this fight. I think that Lomachenko is going to throw punches at angles. And this is going to be different in the simple fact that Lomachenko is going to control the distance. The fighter who controls the distance in this fight, and it's not stationary, is going to win this fight. Like what some of you have said, I agree with you. The longer the fight goes on, the more it's going to be Lomachenko's. In the early rounds, it may be, Lopez will try and throw some combinations, but I don't think Lomachenko's going to be there for those shots. I think that he's going to move, he's going to counter, shoot, he's going to give different distance looks in this fight. And what I see is Lomachenko winning by a unanimous decision. I think that he is too much and it's too early for Teofimo Lopez. Or, like I said, you could get Lopez by unanimous or by knockout. But I don't see Lopez winning by unanimous decision. It's going to be Lomachenko. Tell me what you think in the comment section. This is Cigar Boxing.